In this video, I'm ranking hair and fragrance body mists by Flur. If you're new here, my name is Sarah and I'm a perfume reviewer. Please do subscribe and join this All the Perfume community. If you're not new, welcome back and thank you so much for watching, all of your support, liking and commenting on my videos. As you might already know, Flur are one of my favourite perfume brands and I have a few of their perfumes and I will link below any of my previous reviews. They do, of course, sell these hair and body fragrance mists as well, and it was the Flur mists that changed my mind about mists because they do justify their price point. And I will get onto the prices later, but it was smelling one of these mists that I'm about to talk about that made me realise just how great the quality can be and how it is a way in to enjoying niche houses and scents. So that's why I wanted to get these ones together. There are some really great scents among these, and as always with my ranking, I will talk about them in terms of my personal taste, in terms of how original I think the scent is, and the quality of it as well. I have been sent these as PR samples, but as I go through my ranking, I will talk about the ones that I would want to buy myself and the ones that I feel I would need to replace when they run out. I have 8 mists to show you today and to rank, and they include all of the new releases. I'm going to go through them, starting with my least favourite and then going all the way up to my favourite from the collection. At number 8, we have Coconut Skin, and my personal taste does have a lot to do with my ranking of this scent because coconut can be really hit and miss for me. I just used to avoid it in perfumes basically, and I think it came down to an experience where I got caught in the rain, I wasn't feeling well, and the coconut conditioner from my hair, which I would have washed out, but somehow the scent left behind smelled even stronger as the rain was on it, and it just made coconut seem quite sickly. Now I liked this when I first tried it, but now revisiting it and smelling it, it's quite a strong coconut. I'm pleased to say there's a sorbet note in the top, so that's just a tempting one for me personally. It's palm leaves, it's caramel, you've got florals in the middle with jasmine and tiare flower, frangipani, and then in the base, amber and sandalwood. It is strong, so it does, you know, add into that good quality in the whole line that I've been talking about, but it's a strong coconut, so the coconut isn't for me personally, but there is a twist to it, and I can't help but think that it is now reminding me of Thank You Next by Ariana Grande, a scent which I used to really enjoy at the beginning and I've got quite a dent in my bottle, but then basically there are people who say that smells like pickles, and once you know it, you kind of can't unhear that, and this has a little bit of that going on for it. It's coconut that's strong with a twist. It's just not to my taste, and I don't think I will reach for this on its own. I think I might layer it and experiment. I have worn it before, but it is the one that I'm least likely to reach for. And if it runs out, I mean, we know how rarely I get through a scent. If it runs out, I wouldn't be replacing it, but I would recommend it if you want strong woody coconut, then it's for you. In at number 7, this is Beach Skin, and we are literally keeping it beach themed, aren't we? We've had our coconut skin, that would be great for wearing on the beach, and now we've got Beach Skin, and it's low in my ranking, again because of personal taste really. It is a great scent, it's a great scent profile, just not one I reach for as much as some others. And in here you've got pink pepper, bergamot, the tiare flower again that we had in Coconut Skin, salt, I love that in scents, and you've got coconut milk, lily of the valley in the middle, and then in the base it's vanilla, sandalwood and musk, and it is deliciously salty. The pepper is smelling a little bit smoky actually, and it is that perfect scent to take to the beach or make you think of the beach. It's really nicely done. It's just low in my ranking because I won't go for this much, and I probably won't get through the bottle, but if I did, I wouldn't need to replace it. I like having it in my collection because I'm a collector and I love Flur, but it's not a must-have for me. What I will say as you're weighing is that it reminds me a lot of Maldives in a bottle, Ylang Coco 20 by Kayali, because it's got the coconut milk in common with that, and that smells really delicious and salty and beachy too. This, I think as well, could be like the Younger Sister of Divine by Jean-Paul Gaultier, and I really love that perfume. I think that's such a great scent, and it is the tiare flower, I believe, that they have in common. So a great scent for you if you want beach vibes. Just for me, not one I'm reaching for much. At number 6, this is Heavy Cream, and I am so influenced by that name for wanting to love this scent, and I do really enjoy it. It's got a lot of the good stuff in. You've got in here marshmallow, always a good thing, sugar, orange and lemon. In the middle you've got coconut and jasmine, and in the base, more of the good stuff, vanilla, caramel and whipped cream. And so I did really like it when I first tried it. It smells yummy, that whipped cream really comes through, you've got the marshmallow fluffiness, and it's fun to layer. And I know as I smell it, I can remember going to bed with this scent kind of, you know, when it envelops you and you just feel really good and cozy. So there's that to it. So it is a scent I really enjoy. It's number 6, it's quite low, isn't it, out of 8? But the thing that means I found it a little bit difficult to place this one is that occasionally the coconut reminds me a little bit of the scent in the air when I went on holiday as a teenager to a very famous party destination that when I booked it I didn't realise was like a massive party destination. And there was a men's fragrance, I think it was Jean-Paul Gaultier, who it was by, so I'm giving that a second shout out, but for very different reasons. So a men's different JPG scent that was a bit sickly and had coconut in. I don't get on too well with my coconut at all, do I? And at the worst of times, this reminds me a little bit of that. At the best of times, it's smelling like those yummy, delicious things. It's marshmallow and it's cream for me. It's also, as you'll weigh in, a little bit like Sweet Tooth by Sabrina Carpenter. And it shares the sugar, it shares the whipped cream. Hers is coconut milk, this is coconut. So they have some notes in common. I think if you've tried that one, then you have got a way into Heavy Cream. It's well done, it's strong, just its personal taste for me. It's that coconut that puts me off a little bit. At number 5, this is Vanilla Nectar. And I was really excited when I saw vanilla in the name of this on its launch, because Flur are so great for their vanilla scents. You've got lots of tempting notes again in this fragrance too. We've got sugar again, and it's in the top of the scent this time. We've got apricot, we've got papaya and tangelo, all in the top notes. The middle is more floral. You've got orchid, jasmine and peach blossom with coconut. Then the base is vanilla, amber and cedar. With the scent, I'm so happy to say the apricot comes through really strongly, and apricot is a note that I always find tempting and don't see in enough perfumes. And more recently there's been some apricot in scents, but I can really smell it in this one. So it can be like my go-to apricot fragrance when I want that. The papaya is juicy, so it's a little bit tropical, and I'm so happy to say the coconut is far more subtle, so this doesn't feel like a beach scent in the way that the other ones I've shown you have done. The flowers are there. I can certainly smell the jasmine, I can smell the orchid. So it's a fruity floral fragrance. It's got the woody base, and the vanilla is really sweet and yummy. So it kind of reminds me of something I might have liked as a teen. And the overall effect is a little bit like a typical Britney Spears perfume, I would say. I'm even thinking like Prerogative Rave, not the exact smell, but the DNA of that. Fruity, floral, vanilla and wood. That's the vibe of this scent. It's only at number 5 rather than number 4, because I think I'll spray the next fragrance more than I will this one. But this is a really enjoyable Flur, well done scent with strong notes, but in a hair and body fragrance mist form. So it's a recommendation from me. Well done, apricot scent. At number 4, this is Caramel Skin, and as we've made it halfway, we're getting into the real loves and recommendations from me now. Caramel Skin is so yummy. You've got 2 lots of caramel. It's in the top with bergamot, it's in the middle with milk, and in the base it's brown sugar, sandalwood and musk. And I think this is, on the one hand, a very unique scent profile, but there are also 2 scents that are a lot like it as well, if that makes sense. Like, you don't find this many places, but there are a couple of really similar examples I can give you. Let's give it a test. Oh, it is so deliciously strong, real toasty caramel that is almost like toffee, And it is this week that I'm really appreciating the milk note in this as well. Milk done, I think, quite differently than the way a lot of people enjoy milk in their fragrances, but it's just going alongside that toasty caramel scent in this. It's becoming almost like toffee. That's how I find caramel when it's really strong. It's a really well done fragrance that it's still, as I will get to, a decent amount of money for a hair and body fragrance mist, but it's such quality that it feels like perfume. And it is very similar to Sol de Janeiro's Cheirosa 71. So if you've smelt that, you've definitely got your way into this. And I find it really similar, even more similar to a whiff of waffle cone from Imaginary Authors, which I have, and I've compared them in a previous video. So I think what a great way into, I mean, that's a niche fragrance, the same smell basically. You would just be spraying a bit more of this, because with Imaginary Authors, you really only need like 2 or 3 sprays and you're smelling it on yourself for days. I really like this, very addictive, and you can probably already tell that I would be replacing this with it to run out. I would need this in my collection. I love it. At number 3, this is Mrs. Smith, and it is actually Flur's newest release from their hair and body fragrance mists. And we're at the point now in my ranking where this could have been number 1, the second one could be number 1, but they're all very different to each other. A real recommendation from me. This, as you would expect, has Granny Smith apple as a note. How cute is that? And then you've got watermelon and pear in the top as well, and then in the middle we've got pink lady apple and also apple blossom and violet, and then in the base you've got musk, nectar and pink praline. And it is very crisp but very drinkable apple juice is what I'm smelling. But the fact that you can smell the watermelon and the pear as well from the top takes it from being like I've got apple juice to I've got a kind of apple I actually want to wear. But it's very, you know, niche vibes, gourmand, realistic apple smell. I love how strong the violet is in this as well, and it leaves a musky trail. And part of my excitement for this is that I just think, oh, autumn, this is a vibe for me. I want to wear a green scent and think about apples, and I don't care if it's crazily sunny and hot in the UK and it just feels like the real summer. I'm going to call September autumn and have done with it and wear this scent. So it's a really, really great scent. My husband really likes this too, and these are all marketed as unisex, and there's only one of him, there's only one of me, it's just our opinion. But with all the different things that we try, he certainly feels that this is unisex and one that he wants to wear. He says it's sweet. I find it to be more sharp, crisp, apple juice smelling. At number 2, this is Vanilla Smoke. And oh, how I love this fragrance. And if Mrs. Smith was all about autumn, this one is all about winter, because as I even just put it to my nose yesterday, I thought I want to be outside in the cold wearing a scarf. That's the vibe and the feeling I get from this scent. It is so good. And I'm not the first person to review this to say that you can smell it even before you've sprayed it. You can smell it from the bottle. It's that strong. And it is that fragrance that I mentioned at the beginning, actually, that changed my mind on the price points, on how a hair and body fragrance mist could be the price that these are. And you've got in the top of this one pink pepper, birch and bergamot. In the middle there is cashmere, vanilla and tonka bean, and then at the base incense and amber. And it gives that perfect overall effect of smoke. And I love Smoky Oud 07 from Kayali, and it is in that group for me. It has that DNA, and it's the kind of scent actually that my husband just doesn't like. He smelt this yesterday and was like, no, not my kind of thing. And I was like, it's really mine, isn't it? I love it. I think of church and that wood of the benches, and I get that comparison from what somebody said about SJP's Stash. I feel like if you liked Stash, you would like this too. It's got this lovely pepperiness, and you get a lot of the incense as well. It is a really well done, niche smelling fragrance. A really strong recommendation from me if this kind of scent appeals to you. So yeah, this is my number 2, and just so well done from Flur. A really popular one, really one worth checking out. At number 1, it is Peach Skin, and it is another scent that I was really excited for when I saw peach in the name, and I thought from Flur, this will be well done. I'm really drawn to peach in fragrances at the moment, and perhaps it's a coincidence, perhaps it's not, but it's also kind of trendy in the fragrance world too. It is coming up in a lot of launches, which I'm happy about. And you can even expect a peach video from me very soon too. With this fragrance, we've got in here peach Bellini in the top, there's plum and bergamot, and in the middle there's lots of flowers. We've got white freesia, vanilla orchid and jasmine nectar. Then in the base it's milky sandalwood, sheer amber and coconut caramel. And the air is smelling good. It is another one that the colour doesn't let us down. It is smelling as strong and as good as it looks. It's definitely a peach scent. The plum is there too. And then you get this really lovely milky sandalwood, just as it says. And the reason this has beaten Vanilla Smoke, I mean, I say they are all #1 worthy, but the thing that makes this a bit more original and fit in with my personal taste is that this is really similar to Sunset Fantasy by Britney Spears. And that scent is peach, and it's also milk mousse, and it's sandalwood. So there's a real similarity going on in these fragrance notes. But this is strong. And the problem with Sunset Fantasy is that even though this isn't usually a problem with the Britney line, it isn't strong, and you need to spray a real lot to get something from it, and even then you just don't quite feel like you're wearing it. This is what that smells like. So I need to say that in another video. I need to be telling the lovers of the Britney scents that they've got here Sunset Fantasy in peach skin. It smells really, really good. So that's my #1, because this is the one that I'm really excited to wear and enjoy and have me smell of, my room, everything. My #1 Flur hair and body fragrance mist is peach skin. Let's talk prices. Those smaller bottles that I was showing you are 89 millilitres and they cost £25. And the bigger bottles are 237 millilitres and they cost £38. So they are at a high price point for the mists, but I've said it before already really, they just smell like perfumes and they're strong. So you just have to kind of pretend they're not mists and treat it as Flur perfume really, and put them in the same category. I haven't yet tried the Kayali mists, and I'd like to, of course, because Kayali are my favourite brand. But when I saw that they were £39, I thought, right, okay, I can't quite imagine doing that. I can't imagine putting that amount of money to a mist when wouldn't I just buy the 10 millilitre, or I'd buy put the money towards perfume instead. But Flur have changed my mind. If I can see that mists are this good, then I might pay that amount of money, and I would do for those real favourites I've shown you. And also I'd like to add that I do really enjoy more affordable body mists. I don't have a problem with something being a mist. It's that if it's going to be as expensive as a perfume, if not more expensive than a lot of the perfume I buy, then it has to justify its cost. But otherwise, I've shown you on here before, especially my declutters, there are a lot of body mist brands that I really enjoy, and I think they come up with some really great smells. So if you'd like more videos on my body mist collection and the ones I enjoy, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned a little bit more about the Flur hair and fragrance body mist line. Please do let me know if any of these appeal to you and your thoughts if you've tried them already. Also, I would like to know if you've tried any of their other mists that I haven't tried yet or shown you today. Please do remember to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and remember to subscribe if you haven't already. You can also go and find me over on Instagram and on TikTok and my blog. Thank you again, and I'll see you in my next video.